What is up, beautiful people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In the shop again today. I know lately I've been shooting stuff in like some weird sequences, so you guys are probably seeing things like weeks after the fact, when you normally see it like days after, or day often. But it's deer season. I've been out with my bow a lot, and once I get a deer, things will calm down, if I get a deer. But right now, I'm out a lot, doing a lot of hunting, really enjoying that. And I've mentioned before, and I'll mention it again, if you guys want to see some of that, I'll start recording some, but if you guys don't care, I'm not going to bother. You know, I've got a few places I could go where I'm all but guaranteed a deer, but the place I'm hunting right now, they're just monsters, and it is some hard hunting, and I am just absolutely loving it. I can be on these deer for, you know, 4 or 5 days, and then they disappear, and so a lot of moving cameras, a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying it. Basically, I'm hunting in a swamp, so it's kind of interesting. But enough about deer. Let's get into the chopper we're working on today. Let me flip the camera around. So my seat mount came in. I got the butt plug from Butt Seats. See, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. Grab the seat back here. There we go. So you see that hole right there? There's the mount on the seat, and then the seat will go in right there. Click in, and once the fender's painted, it'll actually have a, I'll put a piece of Velcro right here, and the seat will actually just Velcro right on like that. Big piece of Velcro, and it'll hold. What we're doing today is I'm going to cut off this crap. So I've got some different options for doing it. I got a Sawzall over there. I got a cutoff wheel. But I think I'm going to start with an air saw and try to do some fine work around this neck and try not to gouge into this backbone. So let me throw you guys on the tripod and we're going to get into it. This is your warning. If you don't like time-lapse, then maybe this isn't the video for you, because I have probably hours of cutting ahead. So time-lapse we go. The camera died on me there at some point. I don't know when, but it most certainly died at some point. So I've got the rough cutting done. Let me turn the camera around. And then I'll go back through and all of this will get blended with some various techniques. I still need to chop these out, but I just don't feel like doing that today. So I'm gonna head home, I think, probably go see my dad maybe, and tomorrow I'll come up here and I'll get all this blended. The cutting didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would. I ended up using the Sawzall. I wanted to avoid that and use the air saw so I could have finer detail. Instead, I just ended up segmenting in bigger chunks with the Sawzall and then leaving everything far enough off the backbone that I can blend all this. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and that'll be right about. Alright guys, so it's the next day. It dropped 40 degrees since yesterday. When I was filming in here yesterday, it was about 85, and today it is 45. So we're gonna get all this stuff we cut off yesterday, blend it today, enjoying a nice Black Rifle coffee like I do every morning. To start blending a lot of this, I have a lot of material to remove, so I'm going to use a die grinder with a 36 grit disc. And we're going to start there because we got a lot of material to remove, and then as we start to get closer to the backbone, then I will switch over to some higher grit stuff, so we're not removing as much material. So I guess let me get you guys thrown on the tripod and let's dive into it. So I want to try to show this in better detail because some of you probably think like I am thinning out this backbone, and that is not what is happening here. If you see here, there were lots of options for tank mounting welded onto this frame. If I turn the camera this way, you can see it. What I'm removing is the weld. I cut the bracket off yesterday, and I'm grinding the weld out. And then once you start to get close, you can actually see, I don't have the camera focus on it, right there. See that line? That's the outline of the weld. Now, with the angle grinder, what happens is you end up with flat spots, so you don't want to do detail work with the angle grinder. But for removing the thickness, the angle grinder works well. And then, when I come in with the whizzer wheel, see how this, when I press, how this flexes? So this will actually contour it and maintain the nice round structure of this backbone. So I am not thinning out the backbone. I am just removing these additional pieces, and they look like they're part of the backbone because they've been bondoed around them, but they're just welded on, and that's what we're removing. So don't worry, I'm not thinning out this backbone. Like right here, there was a former tank mount right here. I just got that down to basically flush. The tank will cover that because my tank mount's actually going to be about back here. So just, if you were concerned, don't be. What we're doing here is not harming this frame. I've done this literally to every bike I've ever built, and I've never had a frame crack.
One eternity later.
And after one eternity, the backbone is all cleaned up. And now I can throw my tank on. This old bung right here that I'm not going to use, I'm actually going to end up putting a bolt in there, cutting it flush, TIG welding around it, and then shaping it. I just don't have any argon right now. So, backbone's all cleaned up. All those old tank mounts, there were like square bungs on each side. There were like these wings here, and then there was this casting up here for like a stock Harley tank mount. All that is gone. Looks good. Shaped up nice. There was a lot of Bondo up here in the neck where that casting went on, so that made a mess. Now I can go ahead and throw my tank on. I only have one bung here for it, so I'm not going to mount the tank today because I'll need to order another bung, and I want them to be perfectly straight to each other, so I want to do both those at the same time. Let me throw you guys on the tripod, and I'm going to throw the tank and the seat on here, and we can get an idea of what this bike's going to start looking like. And there it is with the seat thrown on and the tank taped on. It's a 3.3 gallon Mustang tank. I think it looks really good on there, especially with those 8-inch apes. So what do you guys think? I'm pretty excited where we're at with this. So I should have the engine parts back soon. Again, this probably isn't going to be done before the end of the year. Winter is setting in here in St. Louis, so I'm in no rush. I also have some stuff I want to do to Leaky. I talked to my painter, so stuff should be back from Grimace before too long. And yeah, everything. I've got a lot to get me through the winter here, and I'm in no rush to like knock it all off. I still need to cut out these right here. I just don't feel like doing that today because I'm like 2 days in to cutting all this off the back. So I'm done pretty early today. I think I'm gonna go home and take the wife out for a nice little date. Well guys, that effectively ends this video. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and in the description box below there's links to all of our social media as well as our company website, hotheadstalls.com, where we make everything for horses right here in the US. And we are now in the business of dog collars. It's something we've been working on. We got some cool ones out there. Go check it out. Link in the description. There is a 5% off discount code down there. I'll see you all in the next one. I love you all. I'm out of here.